feel so trapped sometimes. By sometimes I mean a lot of times. I'm not entirely happy with how my life is going. And I'm kind of scared that things won't change the way I want them to change, you know? Oops. All I want is I want to be happy. But for some reason I feel like I feel so stuck with myself. I feel like I'm not gonna move forward anywhere. And I feel like my life is going nowhere. And it sucks because I want it to go places and I want to do different things, but I just feel so lost, right? I feel so stuck. All I want to do is live a comfortable life. Live carefree, live happy, have the people I've always wanted in my life stay in my life, you know? But I just have this aching feeling in my stomach that I'll never have that, you know? I won't have what other people have. I won't get to live happy. I won't get to live comfortable like other people do. And it sucks. It really sucks. Because I'm so scared. I'm terrified that I won't get that life, you know? And I just feel so stuck with myself. I feel so trapped. I just want to live a happy life. I know I've already said that, but I really just want to live a simple life, you know? Have a simple job, have a simple family, you know? I feel like I don't ask for much, but I feel like at the same time I'm asking for too much, you know? I feel like I don't have the right to get things that I want. I feel like I don't deserve that, you know? And it sucks because it's all I want. And yet I feel like I won't ever get that, you know? As much as it pains me to say, I wish things were different in my life. I wish everything was different, honestly. And don't get me wrong, my life's okay. You know, I have a bunch of friends, you know, I have a loving family. My mom adores me, and I love my mom. But I just feel like I'm missing out on so much. I feel like so much of my life is just trapped behind myself and my self-esteem. And I don't think that I can change. I'm still in love with a girl from 2 years ago who I haven't talked to in months and who probably doesn't even love me anymore. And yet I'm still obsessed with her. And she's the only person I want. But I can't have her. And that just goes such a long way, because if I can't move on from a relationship like that, when will I be able to move on in any aspect of my life? Will I ever move on? Will I ever grow and get the things I've always wanted? Will I ever change? I don't think I will. And it sucks because it's all I want. And it's been nice talking to you guys about everything. And I really appreciate it, because that's all this is. It's just me coming on here to talk, and I don't expect to have a fan base, and I don't expect to have any of that. I needed a place to vent my emotions, and it's been great. It's been nice here, and I really appreciate it. But at the end of the day, I feel so selfish, because why am I spending my time sitting here talking to random people online when I could actually be going to get help, you know? But I'm so self-centered where I think I'm better than that, and I know I'm not. I know I'm not better than actually seeking out help. Right? Like I know that, but some part of me thinks it's so idiotic to want to go get help because I feel like I don't need help. I'm strong enough. I don't need help. But the truth is I know I do. And I know I need help, but I don't want it. And that's what's so selfish about it, you know? Because I have every resource I could ever need to go get help. And I sit here and I shun myself and I huddle inside my room and I break down privately and it sucks. But it's so comfortable to me being so alone. I'm so used to being so alone that it's become so comfortable. It feels like the one thing I have that I can genuinely say is my own is just being alone. And don't get me wrong, I love being alone, but it's so lonely. It gets so lonely, and I hate it, but yet I do it to myself. So why do I have the right to complain about it? You know, I don't have a right to complain about it because that's what I choose. I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense at all. Like at all. But I don't know, I feel so trapped within myself, you know? I feel like I can't escape the way I feel and the way I think. And I'm scared that I'm gonna think this way forever, you know? And I'm gonna think the way I think for the rest of my life, and I don't want that. I don't. I want to be happy. I want to be carefree. I want to not have to worry about things. You know? But that's not me. But I want it to be, you know? I don't want to be me anymore. I want to be someone different, you know? But I can't. I don't get to be that person. I don't get to be the person that I want to be. And I don't know if me saying that is wrong. I don't know if me thinking that is wrong, but I know some aspect of it is wrong. I'm just tired of who I am, and it sucks. I want a difference. I want to make a difference. I want to be different. I want to be anyone else but me. And that's all I want, and that sounds so sad and so selfish and so childish, but it's the way I feel, you know? And I don't feel like I could go talk to people about it, you know? Like actual people. Like I don't feel like I have the right, nor do I have the capacity to go up to a random person in my family and be like, I don't want to be me anymore. Like imagine that in an outsider's perspective, you know? Like someone in your family comes up to you and says, I don't want to be me anymore. What do you even say to that, you know? How do you even react? Because I don't want the stereotypical, oh, are you okay? Do you need help? Let's go get you help. That's not what I need, you know? I almost just fell. That's not what I want. I don't want to sit there and get addressed like I'm some sort of child. Like I know who I am and I know what I want. And I know that I don't want to be me, but I don't want to sit there and get undermined by other people or judged, you know? I don't want that, and I just have this feeling that's what will happen. I don't know, I struggle I really, really, really struggle to open up about it. I just feel like I don't have a place where I actually I can. And it I don't I don't know. And that's a common thing I'll say is I don't know, because I don't know. And I stutter my words, and I just sound so, I sound like such an idiot, because I just never make sense. And I'm doing it again, like as we speak. I say the same thing over and over and over and over and over, because that's how my brain works. That's how I'm wired, you know? And I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't want to be this person that stumbles over himself. That I don't know. It's so difficult to really explain who I want to be, and how I want to act, and what I want to do with my life. But at the same time, it just doesn't feel right the way that I'm living now. It doesn't feel like me. But I don't know who me is. And yet I'm supposed to know that this doesn't feel like me? Like, what does that even mean? I don't know. I just feel like I don't make sense a lot of the time. And you know, people are always asking, what do you want in the future? What are you doing in the future? Who do you want to be in the future? How am I supposed to answer your questions when I don't even know who I am now? You know? I don't know if that makes sense, but how am I supposed to know what I want in my future if I don't know who I am now? I don't know. I just get so tired, and a lot of the time I want to give up. I don't want to continue anymore. I just want to stop trying, and I just want to be a bum the rest of my life and just give up and slowly rot away. But I don't want that. I don't. But it crosses my mind, you know? It does, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it doesn't. I don't know. I wish things were different for me. And I know I've already said that. But that's just how I feel, you know? I wish I could be a different person, and I wish I was comfortable enough to tell other people that. And not be so worried what people think. And it's crazy, because if you knew me in real life, if you knew how I acted, you wouldn't think any of this, you know? I'm the guy who at a Denny's at 4 in the morning will crack jokes and make everyone laugh if everyone's quiet, or if someone's sad, I'll be there, you know? I'm that guy, you know? I'm always there for people, and I'm always helping people, and I'm always acting so grand and so happy, but the truth is I'm not. I'm really not. But if everyone in the world was so sad, and if everyone else felt the way I felt, who's gonna be there to lift them up, you know? So I feel like I should be the one, you know? I need to start being a happy old get 'em guy, you know? Be the person that other people can look and be like, yeah, maybe life isn't so bad. He's happy and he doesn't have much. You know, I want people to think that of me, because I want people to look at other people and be like, okay, maybe life isn't so hard. And yet I'm sitting here every night wishing I was someone different, you know? I don't know, I feel like I've just rambled on about the same thing over and over and over. But I don't know. I need to stop saying that, you know? It comes to be a common occurrence of mine, saying the words I don't know and stuttering the word I. But that's just who I am, I guess, you know? I don't. Oh, almost did it again. I don't know. I hate who I am. and I wish I could be different, and I wish I could be better.